Good morning.
Good morning.
We started building the pasture up above for Miles and the cross Highland cattle, and we were waiting for a few things to show up. I had ordered some different style of electric fence. I'm hoping that this might be a little bit more visible to moose. And then I also ran out of some of these springs. I was waiting for all of this stuff to show up. It finally did show up, and then we got a whole bunch of rain. So we had other projects we had to do, and now we can finally get back on this fencing project and get Miles and the Highland crosses out in the woods on pasture. So I ended up getting some different style insulators just to try if we need them. And then I got more of the springs. I've been connecting the fence with springs at every corner. My theory is if a moose tries to walk through the fence, this is gonna stretch and this part of the fence will fall off and they won't break the fence and ruin it. So far, the bottom rung hasn't had any damage to it, so we'll get the top strung up today. We gotta get it electrified, and then we can get the cows out there.
So the barn kitties are doing great, right, Forrest? Fern?
So this area we have moose that come through quite a bit. So this is what I was talking about by putting the spring on. It'll give the line a little bit of stretch, so if a moose decides to walk through it, hopefully it doesn't break, and if it does, it just rips it off here and it doesn't destroy all of the fence. So we're doing it in sections. So I'm gonna do it, start here, work our way down that way, go to the gate we're gonna be putting in, and then we'll come back up here and work this way all the way back down and around. The birds like it out here.
Yeah, they do. Well, the secret garden, well, it's a little soggy. Things are still growing. I've had a little bit of tomatoes that I had to take off, and we're just gonna see how they do. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. The zinnias though, those are doing great. I did get a little cucumber. Of course, I did plant them late, and I've gotten a few zucchini. I see one over there that I could eat now. A summer squash. There is some spaghetti squash and a little bit, I think, of some pumpkins and some buttercup starting to grow over there.
I am actually pretty surprised that none of this fence is knocked down. It's been up for over a month now, and we know the moose visit out here constantly.
How's it looking, Brutus? Pretty good?
I'm gonna say that looks like a bed,
Oh.
and an animal is sleeping there at some point.
I was over by the fence without, and I noticed a nice cute little pumpkin growing right here. This tomato right here, I noticed it changed colors a couple days ago, and then I was keeping an eye on it because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be red. But it's getting really soft at the bottom, so I'm gonna have to probably pick it, or it's not gonna be any good. So I don't know, I think it's too much rain for these tomatoes. Hopefully I can get some that will be fine. Like quite a bit. Some of the varieties I think will be fine. Some of them I don't know.
All right, time to go that away.
Wow, Brutus.
We ended up getting a bunch of rain last night, I think around 1 inch. So everything's pretty wet and soggy again. I need to get 4 gate handles. We have them. We're just gonna run back to the barn and grab them after. 4 gate handles, and we're missing 1 insulator. Brutus, where you going? Shh. Brutus, far enough. Good boy. Come on, mister. Good boy. You coming back, Brutus? Come on, sir. Five-gallon buckets full of water. That's how much rain we've gotten. All right, so we got to build 2 gates, just electric fence gates, and then I am missing 1 insulator out over there that I got to bring back out with us. Then we can energize the fence. That'll do. Make 1 more and then we'll move on down. All right, 1 done, 1 more to go do. We've got an insulator here, so we're gonna put 1 on. There we go.
Last gate.
Last gate. Oh, it's raining out and there's blue sky over there. Last time that happened, we got 8.5 inches of rain. I hope that don't happen this time.
Don't even say anything like that. Well, just like that, we thought we were getting closer, nearing the end of this part anyway, and it's raining, and we decided we needed to come sit into the side by side because it is cold and coming down pretty heavy at the moment. Stop raining.
For a minute.
Why do you have a red one? Or orange?
I was wondering the same thing. I don't know where it came from, but I had it, so I figured I'd use it. I almost didn't because it's mismatched, but I said, you know what? We're hardly ever going to see this fence or this gate once we build it, so it'll
Is
be
it
okay.
going to be like when I said we're not going to ever see the back of the house?
No, I don't think we'll be coming down here much.
This way.
This way. We won't, I mean, or if we do come down here, we're not going to be using this gate a lot. So.
You're not going to see that, right? I kind of like the mustard and ketchup.
The mustard, you like that? I kind of like this fence. I forget where I ordered it from.
Home Depot.
Oh, that's right, Home Depot. Tractor Supply had it, but it was going to take longer and it was more expensive at Tractor Supply than it was at HomeDepot.com. They didn't have it in stock, but I could get it faster. And then it still took a little while, and then we got all the rain, so. I just thought that was funny. You could get it at Home Depot cheaper than you could get it at Tractor Supply. A little odd.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I want to mount our Energizer on a T-post, and I had this 2x3 left over from when we got metal roofing delivered, and there's a groove cut into it for a piece of strapping to go in. This actually sits perfect on the teeth of a T-post, so it won't teeter-totter. So I want to cut one of these to length for this length. So we're going to go, let's go 9 inches. Get this cut, and then we're going to cut that to 10 inches. Pre-weathered. All right, I'm gonna mark a line here, and then here I can put some screws in. All right, let's see how I did. Oh, perfect. Let's see how this works. I only get to use my ground rod driver.
Is that new?
It's never been used. I ordered it a while ago and it took forever to come in, so we never got to use it on the other projects.
Rock.
All right, I must have hit a rock, but that's where it's staying. I'm gonna cut it back, drill a hole, and I finally got to use my ground rod driver. That's pretty good. If I was in a dry climate, I'd be worried about my ground rod only being in the ground 4 feet, but we're in a wet climate, so I'm not worried about it. If we needed to, we could always cut it off, put another one over there, and daisy chain it, but I think we'll be good. We'll check to see what the fence is hitting at. If it's not hitting hard enough, then I can put another ground rod in, but I think we're gonna be good. I like to use a coated wire for my ground, just in case I'm gonna touch the fence. I don't wanna do that. "12 volts, 1.5 seconds, 8 kilovolts. 7.8, 7.9, so let's go check it away from the Energizer and see what we're getting. All right, if that's what we're getting away from the Energizer is around 8, I'll be happy with that because that's what we're getting on all of the other pastures. If I go around and weed whack, I know we'll hit a lot better. 7.8, 8.1. Let's let it clear. Clear. And we are 7.9. I am happy with that. We'll go up a little bit further by that metal gate we put in. Check it over there, and if we're hitting the same up there, I'm gonna call that good. Seven, 7.8. That will definitely do. That'll keep our cows in. Hopefully it keeps the moose out. I don't know about that. I want to put a bale of hay out, so that way when we're bringing the cows out, hopefully it entices them to stay in one spot. So we're going to be bringing up the 3 cows today to the new pasture. We're going to be bringing up Half and Half and Black Beauty, and then we're going to go down and get Miles. So I want to put a bale of hay out so that way hopefully they'll stay in one spot, and when we go to open the gate again, they're not trying to get out and come see us. So we gotta get the hay out there, we'll get them moved, and then we can bring up a water trough. So they have plenty of feed out here. The grass isn't like the best kind of grass for like a milk cow, but these are Highland cattle. They're a lot less fussy with the grass. The goal of getting the cattle out here is to get them to come in here, eat what they're gonna eat, and what they don't eat, they can mat down, they'll poo on it, they're gonna fertilize, make this area even better. They're gonna go in the woods, and they're gonna go on the other side, get shade, but they're also gonna start eating some of the trees that are regrowing, so that's really healthy for them. In the woods is some ferns. Ferns are not a food that you want your cattle eating, but we're not gonna be forcing the cattle to eat them. If they need hay, we'll be putting hay out here. The goal is to get them to come in here, eat what they wanna eat the good stuff, and then mat down the stuff that's not good and get the pasture to regrow better in the future. So this is step one of that process.
We're also going to be keeping a very close eye on them. We're not just going to let them out here and never check on them. We're going to keep a close eye on them, see what they're eating and not. So we want to just make sure they're not eating stuff they're not supposed to. We're also going to be providing them with minerals.
All right, we'll bring it in out here so it's near the gate but away from the gate. Right here. So we're going to get a lane built up here. We're going to keep Black Beauty on a halter. I'm going to lead Black Beauty up, and I'm curious to see if half and half will follow. And if she doesn't, she's got the lane so we can get her to go up. We just don't want to have any loose cows on the homestead. So for the first time moving them, we don't want to take any chances. All right, let's see how this goes. Come on. Good girl. We got a little bit of a walk. It's good exercise for you. Come on, half and half. Good girls. Good girl. Yeah, what's that smell like, huh? We're gonna be getting in the shade soon. You're gonna love it up here. You're gonna love it. We're gonna get into some shade. You're gonna love this. Come on, half and half. A little nibble. Good girl. You're doing good. You got this. Good girls. We've got a gate to go through, and then you're in your new pastures. I got you a fresh bale of hay right here. Come here. Look. You're okay. Good girl. Okay. Those two are in, and they seem like they're loving it. That went fairly well. Black Beauty did very well on the halter.
And then she followed really good.
Yeah, half and half did really good. The lane worked out perfect. All right, so now we'll get Miles, and then we'll bring up their water trough, and we'll set their water up in this corner because our hose is right here.
Yeah.
And then we'll be coming up twice a day anyways to see them. And we're gonna come up to this area, pet them, give them their treats. They're in cow heaven. They're taking off, and I can't wait to see them from our second story windows by the stairway. You can look out and see this pasture, so it'll be cool to see them out over here. All right, let's go get Miles. That'll be their first time meeting Miles face to face without a fence in between. We'll get their water right here. Maybe we should get their water first,
Yeah.
and then we can show Miles where the water is. Grab their water trough. I'll bring up what's left of this salt block. They seem to be liking it. I'll have to pick up a new one. They've eluded us. But we won't call them over here until we get Miles up. I don't want them trying to get out while we're trying to get Miles in. I'm gonna stick this right over here by the gate post where there's gravel, so it's out of the ground. And that way they can see it easy.
Come on.
Here's that, just in case I need a little bit more. That's how easy it is to get a halter on Miles. We'll let him eat some grain first. Yeah, and he's got horns. All right, now we get to see if the goats are gonna follow. This way, buddy. We gotta walk. I know, you want the good stuff, trust me. It's better up here. I know. Trust me. I gotta take you for a walk. You're gonna have some friends up there to play with. Come on, Hope and Daisy. You'd love it up here too. We're getting into the shade. It's gonna be a lot nicer. Can you feel it? Oh yeah, the temperature drops like 10 degrees, mister. Oh, you like that? Good boy. Come on. I know. You're not used to walking this far. We're in woods, and then we're gonna have a field. Whoa. Oh, you like that grass? I want to show you the water, mister. Come here. There's water right here. Come here. This is water. That's your water, okay? And then you can go see your friends. You ready? Are you ready to go see your friends now you know where your water is? Here, give me a second, because your horns are wider than your head. Oh, hold on. Hold up. Hold up, mister. There you go. How's that grass? All right. What do you say, Black Beauty? Your girls walked around, checked out your perimeter, I bet you. Miles likes the grass. He's not too concerned about you right now. Oh, what's that? You got some friends in here with you? What do you think? Yeah. They know each other through the fences. Now I think Miles is gonna go do his loop and check out the fence perimeter. That's what I've noticed with these cows. When we put them in a new area, they go around, they kind of walk the perimeter, figure everything out, and then settle in. The best part about this pasture, well, there's quite a few of them. There's plenty of feed. They got lots of different grass varieties. They have the tree shrubs will pull out really good minerals out of the ground for the cattle. There's a lot of shade in here. There's a lot of sun. There's a decent breeze up here. So they have a good area to walk around, and in the weather they can get into the trees for a cool breeze to get out of the sun. They can scratch the flies off them, and they can come out here when they want to. So it's gonna be fun watching them out in this pasture. All right. Miles and Black Beauty are checking each other out, and they don't seem to mind each other. That is a good thing. Black Beauty is the lead cow when it comes to her and half. So it'll be interesting to see who's the lead cow now. If Miles takes that over, if him and the two girls just kind of do their own thing, and Black Beauty stays the head cow between the two of the girls, we'll find out. All right, let's be honest. We never thought this day was gonna come, that we were gonna be able to move them. With all the weather and all the mishaps that have been going on this year, it just keeps setting us back. So it feels good to get them up to new pasture. And these barns are empty, at least for now.
Partially.
Partially. I think in the next video, everything goes well, they'll be getting filled back up. You ladies want some alfalfa cubes? Miles, I see you in the trees. Come and get some. Get your nightly snack. You want your night snack? It looks so good. You're supposed to come get the alfalfa, not eat your hay. You excuse you, piggy. You look like a wild buffalo out there, mister. I see your horns. You like the trees? You made your own little trail over here, huh? Look at you. You're loving it. You want some? Oh, you got enough food to eat. You don't need this. Oh, yes. Good boy. This must be where he's been hanging out today, because he's got a good little trail all packed down, and you can see a circumference area he's been working. So he's liking it in there. It is the next morning. Miles and the girls spent their first night out in the new pasture and in the woods. We got to get up there in a little bit and go check on them. They were doing good last night, as you saw. We got to move the pigs. I want to move Yukon into his new mobile pig house. Then we got to move the girls' fence. I mowed in there last night. It was really tall, too tall for the pig. So I mowed it about 6 inches high, which is a perfect height for the pig. So we're going to get them moved first. Then we'll go up and check and see how Miles, half and half, and Black Beauty did. I'm going to feed these meat birds, and then we'll get over there. So, all right, so we got to get Yukon in here, and then we got to move the girls' pasture. So we got a new fence. My idea is to open back this part of the fence, put the new section of fence from here to there, try to get just Yukon in. If we have to, we can get everybody in here, and then scoot the girls out, and then we'll get the girls' fence going over this way after.
All the pigs are hungry, waiting for their breakfast, so they are ready to, they keep following us around because they're the food people.
My plan is to let the pigs do what they're doing in this section, in every section, then go behind with the York rake on the tractor, pick up all the rocks, clean it up, grass seed, and then put some hay down and get some good pasture grass growing. But we have more rain coming in later today in the next few days, and everything's so wet that this weather is putting a damper on my plans. I'm not liking it.
I think it's putting a damper on a lot of people's plans.
All right, I'm gonna stick Yukon's feed dish in. You like the fresh grass? How about some fresh milk and grain? Is that good? Yukon says, yes, sir. You guys are loving that grass, huh? You don't even care about the grain right now. Yukon. Gina shut you in.
And we only have him in there, so.
That's right. Just Yukon. Nobody else. Well, we got this enclosure enclosed. We got their pig port in, so they have shelter. They got their food. I gotta get their water over here. Yukon is like in his new shelter, loving all the grass. What are you doing, sweet potato? You don't want to share your food with anybody else? Is that your problem? Guys hanging out in the trees to stay dry. I don't blame you. What do you say, half and half, Black Beauty? You like it in here or what?
Come back.
Not sure if you can see that, but we got a little baby chick right there. And we didn't buy any baby chicks from the hatchery anytime soon, so that means had a chicken sitting on a clutch of eggs somewhere. I'm not sure where, but it's kind of cool when you raise free-range birds. They do this usually once a year, and it's always fun when you just see baby chicks walking around all of a sudden out of the blue. And then you let mama raise them, and they're usually some of the best chicks out there. I am assuming somebody's been under there sitting on a clutch of eggs. It'll be interesting to see if we have any more or if that's it. Time's gonna tell. Now I'm gonna move the cows over to this area. This is what that area looked like before we put them on it. So they leave a lot of the tall stuff and they eat the shorter stuff, but then it gives us some good biomass to mulch up and turn into compost and feed for the soil. So that's gonna grow back really good. Hopefully we'll get one more time out of it this year. We should. It's still early August, so. Then they were over here not that long ago, and that's looking really good. The cows are actually eyeballing that and they want to get back on there, but we're gonna let that grow some more and we'll get them over here. How's that new pasture? You're already loving it, aren't you? It's nice to see them enjoying their new pasture right when they get out on it. I love hearing that sound. It never gets old. Guys are working your way over this way now. Checking it all out.